I've got some. It's up to you. You want rock? You want soul? You want cowbell? Forget about the records.
That's right. I'm like,
let's see what you got.
okay, I got running on empty. I was thinking second down motion could be anything.
It's going to be pretty hard to
council or the legislature, but running on empty, the state coffers, anything's fun, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's. I can download whatever you want off the internet, but let me go show you what I got on CD. All right.
It's going to be pretty hard to get all three of us on the tank.
That's 100%, right?
Yeah, my understanding is that they've already cut a deal with the U.S. military. They haven't made a public comment. And one of the arguments they have with these foreign ministers is Turkey said, look, I don't know if they come here, it's going to be a war. They're going to win. And
I think you should bring him on the tank. I can't. I'll be over your head.
No. You ready to do it? You bring it back. Get us a credit card and
I can't, Bill. There's no room. I told you.
Yeah, no, Richard Pearl's a very smart man, and I'll be on my
Listen, I just moved it forward. Okay?
We'll be watching Sunday.
I just moved it forward.
Tony Snow, a good friend just back from Turkey, will have some of that, I'm sure, on the program. We got Dr. James Dobson tonight, Michael Savage tonight with the latest.
Yeah, that's perfect where you're sitting. You going to sit like that, Bill?
I want to raise the chair up.
Was fired for saying the families of veterans got to issue when he handed the American flag at memorial services. Just insane. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, Sean Hannity.
So yeah, before you leave tonight, we'll write down the song.
We can lower down. If we can lower down that sign, I can get it.
What's the big news in allergy medicine?
Straight down. Straight down.
Straight down.
Straight down. Non-drowsy relief. Alivert. New Alivert starts to it touches your tongue without water. So you can
down more. Way down more.
Outside.
Down more. A lot more. Down. Right there is good. Straight. No, down a little more. Down a little more so I get right there. Pull it towards you, Scott, a little bit.
Medicine you can take
Pull it towards you some more.
wherever you are.
Down a little bit more.
Use as directed.
Right there.
Hold your hand.
Getting behind the wheel of a new car or truck is always
And I'm pretty sure I should be able to get everybody right here.
because right now,
Me.
Does that look straight?
That's good enough.
2003 GM vehicles, including Chevrolet, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, Cadillac, and GMC models, which means you can have XM 100 digital service review, new sports and talk, your new vehicle before you need to drive it off the lot.
Okay.
Visit your GM dealer today for a test drive. XM satellite radio, monthly basic subscription required.
All kinds of stuff. Oh, this is
An Italian restaurant has made its home on the mainland.
Telegram anywhere?
No, we get it online.
Okay. What I wanted to do is talk about the city managers.
Service personnel cater to your every whim. Slip into all
It's on
world
editorial.
styles.
Okay, let me download it now.
On the corner of Foster and Commercial Street. Sail offshore to Shoras. Sample exquisite cuisine and experience excellence. All in downtown Worcester on the corner of Foster and Commercial Street.
What's in this bag, Bill?
Money? No. It's another cabinet. That's why I was thinking, I just did this in case I could talk about it. Afterwards, I'll go look later.
Okay, but this is the way you want to refer to the radio.
Yep.
Don't forget that. Okay, and then I'm just going to grab something off this CD stack to go ahead and play going in and out of breaks for later. We'll talk about music later. Get that all squared away.
Now, I don't have to be close to the microphone, right?
If you're going to be on the air, you do. Oh yeah, you got to get that up. I want you to be 5th away from it.
Depend on 1310 for accurate weather information.
Yeah, get all set up. You're going to need some earphones as well to get you a pair. You don't have to worry about that right yet. Bill, you're going to need to put yours on and check your earphone level.
At Polar Beverages, we've got over 50 different flavors, so we want to know.
How you doing? Loud enough for you? Loud enough?
Well,
Good.
Cranberry dry is the best.
With all of these delicious flavors to choose from,
Make sure that you're not.
your favorite? What's your favorite flavor?
Yes, that's beautiful.
Ginger ale.
Nard Sweet has more ginger flavor.
What? I what? Yeah.
Just want to get your head right in the middle of the can.
That's what I was talking about. How about if I sit on the end? No?
I love the Polar Diet Cola because it's caffeine free.
free?
I love the mixes. Half and half is definitely my favorite.
Raspberry wine, lemon salsa.
First beer, I love first.
Can I sit here?
You sit wherever you want.
This will be a better view of you. Go ahead and focus as you go. Look at that. How's it be? I can look at your resume.
John and Mike. Toast them in a 350-degree oven so you can just smell the nuts.
Recorded?
Hollywood.
Did I say recorded? It's recorded. Good.
Yeah, bye.
So, Bill, you don't want to do that
Stand by,
you don't want to do
stand by.
that opportunity thing? So my
I'm gonna bring you on, Bill.
Okay.
Stand by. It's 6:10. It's Talk of the Town, AM 1310 WORC. I'm Scott Cutty, and it's time to introduce the new host of Talk of the Town, and we're certainly glad to have him here in studio. It's Bill Coleman on AM 1310 WORC. Bill, welcome to the program.
Hey, thank you, Scott, and I'm very happy to be at WORC to host Worcester's Talk of the Town. 1310, I want to invite people to start writing down our telephone number at 791-1310, and we're ready to discuss all the issues that you think are important to Worcester. Tonight I'm looking forward to talking about the airport. I'm looking forward to discussing the city manager's State of the City address today and talking about all those things that make Worcester great, the things that we look forward to seeing Worcester become a real super city. So let me just begin by saying in this morning's Telegram and Gazette, many folks have noticed at the opposite of the editorial page, the city manager's State of the City address. Covered a great deal of issues, and he has consistently provided every year about this time a State of the City address where we look at how our finances are, the goals and objectives of each city department, our planning, our challenges, and he concludes this year with our challenges and our promise. So and I will once again invite people to call up. Again, at some point we're going to have some folks calling in about some of the local publications other than the Telegram. We'll hope to hear from the publisher of In-City Times, Rosalie Torella, later on in the show. And I want to say hi to Ed of the Worcester Post Office, who has gotten a lot of folks that are going to be tuning in tonight as we talk about these important issues. Now, this is going to be a great program. It's going to go by very quickly, folks. This is 1 hour from 6 to 7, and there's a lot to cover. I do want to say thank you, Guy Glotus, for relinquishing this and creating an opportunity for another voice to be heard. Guy's a great state senator. Glad he took the money. He should have. He's going to earn it. He's going to work hard to resolve a lot of issues in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I would have taken the cash, and I don't see why anybody's bashing him or anybody else. Known Guy, known him since he was a kid, known his dad, appreciated his opinions in the past. Guy, keep on doing the great job that you're doing. Now, this is one thing that I want to make everybody realize. I am not here to bash any member of government. Incompetent, competent, whatever. I'm here to talk about the positive things of our community, to accentuate the positive challenges that we confront. But I'm also looking at issues like what's happening with our municipal works project, the Worcester Vocational High School, the brand new Worcester Vocational High School, deep concerns about that. Really want to see a high school. Remember being a advocate for that high school back in the early 80s when they wanted to build it down there at Clark University. So it was a missed opportunity for that neighborhood and also for the city. But we do have a almost $100 million project that's going to go up the top of Belmont Hill. And let's hope that this project gets on track again and we can reestablish another date for a ribbon-cutting ceremony. So, Scott, I'm certainly happy to be here. Give me a little insight on how things have gone, a little bit over how this program is handled, and let's reinvent it.
Well, you're doing fine right now. Local issues. We want to talk local issues. I think it's important, too, because, there aren't too many radio programs locally, and I really, to tell you the honest God truth, I don't know what the other radio stations are doing because I have enough I have enough time filled up here concentrating on what we're doing here at WORC, but it's live and it's local, and we want people to call in and voice their opinions on different local issues. I find the city of Worcester to be sort of laid back in the respects of really not wanting to get involved in what is happening in local government. at least when it comes to calling up the radio shows and getting on the air and talking to the different hosts. Now, I've always been sort of a proponent of developing the downtown area. Now, we have a wonderful area up on Shrewsbury Street, does a lot of great business, lots of wonderful restaurants up there, nightlife spots and so forth. Main South, I was talking to Sue Nissenbaum, who sat in last night on the Worcester Business Weekly show, and we were talking about how Main South is starting to regenerate itself and become a viable area in the city with respect to retail outlets and places for people to go that live in that general area to go and do business. Yet when you look at the downtown area, to me it looks like a black hole in the middle of both of these areas surrounding it that really needs to be developed. I mean, you look in the downtown area and there's not one establishment that stays open past 7 o'clock that would allow people to come downtown and enjoy the downtown area, whether it's going out for a meal, going to a movie. We do have the Centrum downtown, but if you go to an event at the Centrum, you're not coming into the downtown area afterwards to spend any money. You're going to Shrewsbury Street, you may be going to Main South, or you may be going to someplace else completely out of town. So that's one of my main beats, and I talk about that a lot. And I know that you're very involved in the different things going on locally, and that's one of the reasons why we're excited about having you.
Well, there's one thing that I will offer to the listeners. I think the folks that know me in the city, and I listened to you guys last night, and as controversial as I'm going to be, I do want to say that I've studied Worcester's history down at the public library, at the Historical Society. I've looked at Worcester's history from basically when it was a town, and there was a great article in 1956 in the National Geographic, and I'll make a copy of it available to you, Scott. 17 pages, colored pictures of Worcester, and reflected on Worcester's past. It talked about Worcester as it was then, where we nearly had a population of about, it was about 196,000 people in the mid-50s. We had our reach, probably around 1948, where there were 213,000 people in Worcester, and we had several companies. It was often said that you couldn't walk down the street in Worcester without being offered a job by at least 5 different companies. Companies like, Wyman Gordon was right on, and we had Crompton and Knowles, we had Rice and Barton. We had several manufacturing concerns where, basic education skills entitled you to a job where you could provide for your family. And then, we looked at the urban renewal projects of Worcester, and some people have, in essence, called them urban renewal. When you look at our fashion outlet, formerly called our Worcester Galleria, it took away 7 neighborhoods to build that. 7 established neighborhoods in the city of Worcester. And then building of the Worcester Public Library in the mid-60s. It was a great project, but it took away a lot of neighborhoods, and it unwove the fabric of Worcester society was then. We had Chinese neighborhoods, we had establishments in the African American community that were all along that corridor, all along Summer Street. And this is just, for me, it's from a historical perspective of reading about these different projects that went on in Worcester. Then we look at Worcester today and we say, we have an airport that people have left. We've looked at businesses screaming for access to Worcester, greater access through access roads, and we look at the potential for public works projects in the city of Worcester that could be well over maybe $100 million, $200 million to make Worcester a more attractive place for business to come, to set up, and for people to be able to get in Worcester and people to get out of Worcester. We still deal with Lincoln Square, which has been a big issue. How do we reroute traffic in and out of Worcester? How do we expand our Main Street? A lot of these, and I'll tell you straight up, a lot of these discussions happen every single night, and I don't mind mentioning it on the Jordan Levy show, but we have other outlets now. We have other outlets for people to talk about, and getting folks involved and to pick up that phone for the first time and to dial 791-1310 and to let people know that they do have a voice and there doesn't have to be retribution for your free expression of opinion in the city of Worcester. Now, I'll tell you, if we miss the boat, and I don't think we will, on the building of our Worcester Vocational High School, I think we're going to learn some hard lessons on this. We have to rebid out contracts for local contractors. We can't limit it to Worcester residents only. We're working with federal funds. We're working with state funds. We're working with money all over. I think people need to be able to come in and out of Worcester and work. I mean, look at the big project. Now everybody's talking 25,000 jobs are going to be gone when that's over. What about the public works programs that we need to establish for Worcester?
Well, you know, you talked about education, about the vocational schools. Now, what about the public education? That's taken a major hit, and it's going to take another hit now with the cutback of federal funding, which I think accounts for about 57% of the local budget, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I think
and,
we're looking at local. I mean, public education in Worcester is essential. We've come so far. I mean, I go back to the days of the 1980s when we first voted Proposition 2.5, which was limiting the amount of money local communities could take, not more than 2% of the established market value of the property. But that put a big hit on public education. We took out art, we took out music, we took out sports. You know, through Paula Carver, before he was assistant city manager, has led a group of folks in this community to raise money for sports during that time, which it was initiated. Him and right now, it's interesting, our Chief Development Officer, Phil Nidry, you know, they were part of the Sports Alive program that was established to help combat that loss of revenue. I think what will happen if we use our local elected delegation, if we use our local elected delegation to be the strongest people they can be at Beacon Hill, Worcester will fare well. Last night at the Visions Award at the Mechanics Hall, Governor Romney said that, you know, there was a saying that as goes OGM, so goes the country, and he didn't quite want to equate it to as goes Worcester, so goes the state, but he did bring that in a reference in his speech. And if Worcester is strong, if Central Massachusetts is strong and vibrant and growing, then it's going to reflect well on the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And Governor Romney has been here several times, and I look forward to working with him. And I hope our delegation works with him. I mean, they've given up some powers. Some of them have taken a pay raise, you know, big deal. You know, work with the governor. I think the governor will be our biggest ally if we work with him now.
Okay, very good. Bill Coleman, the brand new host of Talk of the Town, great opening segment, and we do encourage you to give us a phone call. Welcome Bill to the air chair, and also talk about local issues, whether it be some of the ones we just mentioned, or perhaps you have one you'd like to address. Give us a call at 508-791-1310, and also it's a free phone call if you're out and about listening to the program at pound 1310 free on Verizon Wireless. Talk of the Town with Bill Coleman. We're coming back with some of your phone calls and also more of the show on AM 1310 WORC.
I'll bring you up. What do you want to know?
We're driving your Chevy away from Levy.
You do the talking, I'll just be like, jump in.
Okay.
Are you two supposed to be doing the show? Because I don't know this.
We're
Does Scott usually do? Did he do?
Yeah, we all do it.
Hey,
I know, but
was you jump in?
No, was you involved in the show before?
I'm involved in a lot of
Oh, all right, I didn't know.
but I don't necessarily have to be. You know, I mean,
But it's great that
Romney was here last night?
Romney was at Visions Award 2000. He said, you know, he talked about growing up in Michigan, and the big thing was as goes GM, as goes the country, as well as goes Worcester.
We're going to officially kick off his nickname tonight.
Good for Mint. I mean,
Slash.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you want to call him Mint the Ripper?
No.
What's his middle name, do you know?
No, it's not. Mint is his middle name. His first name is Waldo, but...
Waldo?
Yeah, but that's
You're a flood kisser. Come on. You are a flood kisser.
Not yet.
You're too nice.
Not yet.
You know?
Oh, no. There'll be plenty of opportunities.
How many calls are there so far, do you know? I bet you Joel's on it. Sounds like he's out of space.
that is weird. I don't know.
See you, DENIRO. And I'll say I'm honored to be here with you and Scott.
Rented license bias details at participating stores. I'm Jim Ryan, another update in 15 minutes on Worcester Traffic Station AM 1310 WORC.
I know Joel's on, right? Your buddy Joel.
Orange Sky's my favorite. It's got 10% real boosters. I love you, dear. Strawberry lime salsa. Cranberry dry is the best. I love grape.
With all of these delicious flavors to choose
Bill.
from, one of them stands
Down.
out.
Trying to get everything in there. You have plenty of time to get everything. 1 hour is a very short time. I know.
I'm going to read this segment right from City Manager
High quality, great tasting soda
planning activities.
right here in
Okay. In order to create our
and we've got a clear Diet Cola because it's caffeine-free.
Caffeine-free?
I love the mix. Half and half is definitely my favorite.
Raspberry lime lemon salsa.
First beer, I love first beer.
Douglas.
Okay, now we got Joel on the line if you want to talk to him.
We'll talk to Joe. We'll limit Joe to what?
Yeah, limit him because he'll take...
I know.
Keep your finger on the button with him.
We know Joe.
Keep your finger on the button with him, because he might
Give
get...
me one of these.
Okay, he might get eccentric on him.
Santiago's
Okay, stand by, we got, about 45 seconds.
Okay.
Like most supermarkets,
Two more breaks.
Santiago's offers the freshest in meats, deli, produce, and baked goods, and aisles
Okay,
and
now
aisles
the,
on all your day-to-day needs.
Okay, 791.
There.
Is their emphasis
Yeah, right down in front of
products that form the diet and culture of the immigrant population.
Okay, now don't be discouraged if there's not a lot of phone calls.
Oh, there you go. Don't worry, we're
That's,
fine.
I mean, I was supposed to try the last two shows I've done with two, we've got 5 phone calls.
I listened to you last night.
Santiago's Plaza, 664
Yeah, that was sort of a last minute thing. John called in, his daughter had been taken to the hospital.
Wow.
It's the ribs.
It's a great job.
Not just the ribs.
Yes,
It's the ribs.
yeah.
It's not just
Yeah,
the ribs.
she's very good at cross-promoting and talking about the next show coming up.
Yeah, she was doing that.
It's the ribs.
Now, just FYI, Celtics and Denver at the top of the
Okay.
hour. You don't have to make a big deal about it. Come going out at the end of the show.
Hey, my Eagles are out.
Not just
Broken
the ribs.
hearted.
Everything. It's the ribs.
So is your father.
Okay, here we go. Bye-bye.
Park Ave. Decide for yourself. It's the ribs.
AM 1310 WORC, Worcester's home for the Boston Celtics. Lean on me.
Now more of Talk of the Town with Bill Coleman on AM 1310 WORC.
Well, we certainly look forward to the challenges that are going to confront Worcester upcoming. I want to refer briefly to the city manager's State of the City address. And let me first preface this by saying that every year the city manager has written his State of the City address. It's a great literary piece that talks about hope and ambition and goals and challenges. But I challenge the city to make this event a little bit more than just a literary service. I mean, it's great to have it in the paper, and it goes back to the days of former city manager Jeff Wolford, who was indeed an ally and a mentor. And I think that this should be an event where we're at Mechanics Hall on this, when the city manager officially makes the State of the City address, and the council comes out and supports him. Now, pretty soon the council will be setting some goals and objectives for the city manager, and I do congratulate the city manager on negotiating an incredible contract. You know, no raise to say, but if they fire him, it's $98,000. That was an incredible contract. And we got a couple of lawyers on the council, so the city manager, Tom Hoover, is sharp, and I think we all respect him for that. But in the city manager's State of the City address today, he talks about municipal services, and he says in the year 2000, we're going to be restricted because of the severe budget cutbacks. And I'm going to paraphrase this. Anybody can go out and grab a paper and then, read it. But anyway, in the current budget, the city lost 128 employees under the early retirement program. Now, let me just talk about that for a minute, because I worked for UMass Amherst, and we lost 500 employees because of early retirement. When you lose employees to early retirement, okay, you may save something in the budget, you may have to make a contribution to the retirement fund, but you are losing hundreds of years of experience. And you're losing that experience where, a computer can't replace the knowledge of where it is and how to get it and how to make it happen. And although I am sad, to see that we lost that many employees, I think that, those employees have made a contribution again to the city of Worcester by helping, the city with its restrictions coming from the state. It's already announced restrictions in the next 2004 budget. These restrictions have an impact on parks and recreation programming, police and fire protection, essential operations, and public works and other city departments. While the budget outlook is less promising, the city manager states, we will continue to develop creative means to provide essential neighborhood services by enlisting private support from residents, neighborhoods, organizations, private institutions, businesses to meet the growing demands for our citizens. The city manager also states, in 2002, we completed a reorganization of our city health and code enforcement department, which was adopted by the city council. This realignment will further enhance our capacity to provide quality municipal services to residents, businesses, and taxpayers. As with most previous organizations, the health and code changes are budget neutral and recognize our current budget parameters. We have also realigned and strengthened our local planning capacity in order to better position the city for growth and establish a comprehensive long-range blueprint to guide our development. Now, I do want to say that the city manager has reached out to the local colleges who have professional grant writers, who have courses in grant writing and planning for the city, and they have asked to help in-kind contributions from the colleges to help the city find ways to save money and to operate more efficiently. And we're looking at improved neighborhood projects, but calling on private sector to help, calling on the local community to help. There's an outreach. It almost goes back to a Kennedy suggestion of ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. And let's put that in a way where we can ask, what does our city have to do for us? Of course, provide basic, essential city services. And what can we do for the city to help those basic, essential services? Is there something that we can do? Is there a group of people that we can work with in this community that can work with city government? Well, there's a lot of ways people can get involved. And I would encourage people to look at, getting involved on boards and commissions, attending city council meetings, city council subcommittee meetings. We've got a great city council. They're not the be-all, do-all, and know-all. They're nice people. But I think we need to have input from those in this community who have built Worcester, who raised their families here, and who have something to say. And if we're ready to take a phone call from Joel, let's welcome Joel to the program. Welcome, Joel. Hey, hooray, Joel. Hey, thanks a lot, Joel. I really appreciate hearing from you. Yeah, well, you got some good stuff in you. We've had some great conversations. You noticed it. You're going to do okay. Sure. Sure. Yep. Well, that was really, Joel, that was really, the current location was actually suggested by the Army Corps of Engineers. The original location suggested for the Worcester Municipal Airport, it's on the Lake 20, it's up near where Great Brook Valley is, on the border of Shrewsbury and West Boylston. But Shrewsbury refused to sell them. I think it was a mile and a half that West Boylston refused to sell them. It was like footage. And then, that was one of the great locations. And then, of course, we had other installations up there. But that's one of the key issues. Now, Joel, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to join us every week. I got a couple of phone calls I want to take. I want you to join us every week because I'm going to have a special spotlight for you. But I want you to look at those positive things that are going on in the city and the challenges that we confront. The airport is one. I can tell you right now, while our airport is not getting a lot of activity, combination of the air traffic control issue is one thing, but the other thing is, no access road. And businesses cannot plan a 5-year business plan unless they feel that the community they're working in wants to work with them. Sure. Well, that's right. The residential taxes have gone up, and that was to compensate because businesses were going to Shrewsbury where they can pay a lot less in business taxes rather than coming over to Worcester. But I think that there's a way that we can compensate for that. The businesses, they always pass on any expense they have anyway. And they always have. So, it's no big deal. But the thing is, they get incredible city services for people. Hey, Joel, give me a call back. Thanks a lot. I know. I appreciate you, Joel. You will. Take care now. All right, great. Now, listen, I know that we have Rosalie Torello, the publisher of In-City Times, is going to join us. So I'm really happy to have Rosalie give a call. And I just want to say welcome to the program, Rosalie. And now Rosalie, now your perspective, I want to get your perspective on the issues that people are talking to you about. Now, Rosalie's newspaper, In-City Times, comes out every other week, and it's a great publication. It really deals with a lot of local issues. I just want to get your brief perspective on what are you hearing in the community, how can we make Worcester better? Talk to me, publisher. You know something, Rosalie? Now, the issues that you're talking about, having followed Worcester politics for a lot of years and been involved running and all that stuff, years ago in the 70s, they was talking about creating programs that were linkage programs. Linkage programs are whenever there was a major development in a downtown area, associated area, there was supposed to be a development program that linked with the neighborhood. Increased lighting, increased sewage, water, and all that. Now, and I would definitely, for the small business person, I look at the personal property tax that a lot of small businesses have to pay. They have to pay a tax on a cash register. They have to pay a tax on an alarm system. All these other little nitty, little tiny taxes and fees that can make it very discouraging for small business to thrive in this community. And we want people to make money. We have a little bit of time, but I want to give people a number again, 508-791-1310. We're going to continue talking with Rosie Torello. Rosie, can you hold on for a minute? Okay, and 508-791-1310. Please call Talk of the Town here on WRC AM 1310.
Get ready, don't call what's coming.
Hey, what's up with the pile?
What about the mule of the week?
I know.
Well, you got any sound over here? They go, ding.
Put it like this, and I got you're coming in.
No, yeah. Dismiss.
No, that's dismiss. No, you're going to be the classic creme de la creme, and then I'm going to take a minute. Like, you know, Judge Bernard's final thought.
Oh, God, I've never watched this.
Okay, well, good. You're not culturally deprived. But anyway, I'm going to give a final thought or a last minute, minute and a half thing without reading. But you're going to be coming in on the, okay, here's the reality, so.
Look, pretty ratty.
You hit it, you did it hard.
I realize that Roger is wonderful.
I'm coming at you.
Okay.
I'm throwing the stone.
All right.
There's no, I'm not pulling no punches.
All right, okay.
Expertise. All describe the craft of a fine tailor. From the hundreds of exact measurements, the thousands of minute hand sewn
She sounds good, though. She's talking about the mom and pop
fabric
businesses.
comes from a piece of clothing of
Matter of
unsurpassed
fact,
quality.
I don't know.
Custom tailoring. Rocco's
I don't know if
Gentlemen's
it's in the
Clothing,
newspaper.
315 Park Avenue, Worcester.
But these are our
Santiago's Plaza, Worcester's first multicultural
Never
supermarket,
went to the
is
big-
double.
Yeah, there we go.
Does he know you used to run the Welcome Mat?
Downtown
Does he know you used to run the
Worcester.
Welcome Mat? I ran it for 11 years.
I told him I
Largest
get trying to
supermarket
respond.
in downtown Worcester. Like most supermarkets, Santiago's offers the freshest.
We gotta get them, we gotta mention them here. I know right now, this is, down at Miss Worcester Diner on Southbridge Street. They got 20 people down there, we stopped in and said, we're changing our station. I talked to 5 places, all my breakfast.
You seen this?
Huh? Seen was there this morning.
You know, I looked him up on the internet, and there's a guy, Frank Ruggieri, on that.
Oh, yeah.
Frank, they own it anymore?
No. Tino, Frank Ruggieri used to be one of the managers for Barbara Streisand back in the 60s. Yeah, he was one of her road managers.
They around?
And proud to be American.
So he'll get another phone call.
talk about the town.
WORC First Forecast brought to you by Blockbuster. Blockbuster gives you a smarter way to buy DVDs. Rent Blue Crush if you like it. You can buy a previously viewed DVD for just $9.99. Rent it, like it, buy it. Details at stores. Clear
Thanks a lot.
cold for the
I'll let him know.
CBN overnight for a nighttime low of 3 above. Sub-zero.
Oh, that was Brian. He said he can't make it down, but he'll hook up with you.
That's fine, no problem.
John Fultner, another update, 15 minutes on Worcester Weather Station, AM 1310
Talk to the town,
WORC. You can't spell Worcester.
Number phone?
Okay, we're coming out of a break in 2 minutes. We'll just go to you real quick.
Bloody Revolution.
No, we'll keep you on the line. Can you stay on the line?
For radio.
Okay, hang on. We're going to go right to you when we come back, and then we're going to go back to our previous guest. So hang on. Mayor Murray, a little recap of the mayor's situation going on in Washington. I asked him to call in, so why don't we go to him first?
Right, sure.
I'm going to put him on hold. I'm going to punch him up. Let's go to him right out of the break.
Great.
And then we'll go back to her.
Mayor Murray?
Yeah.
What a nice guy.
Why not?
Good.
I thought, with him just wrapping up this mayor's...
Same old song and dance.
It'd be nice to see what they actually did.
Sure, yeah.
Can I bash him?
Let
me bash him.
Okay, well, about a minute and a half, Tim. Stand by, bud. He's just going to be on briefly, so just go right to the heart.
Robbery to forgery to worse. In 1967, he moved to Haight-Ashbury, where he manipulated his followers, known as the family, through drugs, sex, and his twisted...
Radio, huh?
The bloody uprising.
We're going to go to the
What's this one?
report on the mayor's...
Okay. Followers ruthlessly murdered 7 people, including Cheryl Taylor's pregnant wife of film director Roman Polanski. Today, he is serving a life sentence in the country's toughest maximum security prison. He still receives lots of mail, much of it from youngsters hoping to join the dysfunctional family of Charles Manson. For Biography, I'm Jack Perkins. Biography is a trademark.
Who's that lady's name that used to run the airport? The manager there. Remember that?
Here we go.
AM 1310 WORC, Worcester's home for the Boston Celtics.
Now back to Talk of the Town with host Bill Coleman on AM 1310 WORC.
Now, we are pleased to have with us Mayor Tim Murray, who's reporting on some activities in Washington. Tim, how are you? I'm glad to hear from you. Thanks for calling. Hey, what can you tell us? Well, sounds like a busy day. I hope you had a chance to talk to my buddy John Street in Philadelphia. Okay. Sure. What? Right. Sure. Now, you know that you need to a great photo opportunity with Mike Bloomberg and your New York roots would help out, any coordination of sister and big sister city programs we can establish with New York. Although we do like Boston, but Fordham is still a great place to visit. Okay. Well, Tim, thanks a lot for calling. We're gonna look forward to talking with you in the future. You're doing a great job as mayor. I couldn't think of anybody else who could have done a better job as mayor other than you, other than myself. Take care. Bye. Okay, now I think we're going to go back to Rosie Torella. Thanks for hanging in there, Rosalie. And we just want to get your input, and it's yours. The mic is yours. And, I think there's going to be a call to action, and I'm sure your newspaper can lead the force to get people involved in some of these community activities and public forums. And we'll put the pressure on Boston because you have communities out there that have overabundance, and then you have the urban communities who are challenged every single time. Rosalie, I'd like you to consider calling up and being a part of the program, and I appreciate your insight when we discuss on Friday nights, and we'll get this thing going on. But I thank you for calling Rosie Torella, publisher of In-City Times, every other week. Look for it, grab it, the new one's out, and check out her editorial. We do not want to close our schools. Thank you, Rosalie. Now, as we move ahead a little bit, we have a guest in the audience. Sam Dinero is going to be talking to us about maybe some of the things that we should be challenging ourselves about when it looks at our city government. So let me welcome Sam. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for being a part of the program. Hey, give me the scoop. The mic is yours.
Well, I'm honored to be here with you, Bill Coleman and Scott Cutty. But unlike you, I don't think Guy Glover should have took the money. I think there's people out there starving, losing their jobs, and it just wasn't right at this time, right now. But I officially want to kick off the nickname for Mitt Romney. And I think everybody will agree with me that he shouldn't have got that kind of power, to cut the budget, So I think we should call him Slash.
I think, and along with that, no, okay, all right, I appreciate that, but I'll tell you something. I look at Mitt, I saw Mitt Romney yesterday. I've seen him through a couple of weeks. Mitt is thin and trim. He's thin, he's fit, he's trim, and I think what he's going to do for Massachusetts is he's going to eliminate some of the laziness and get us all fit. So I think we should start a whole new saying and a motto here, fit as Mitt. Massachusetts will be fit. Those who've been sitting back, kind of on their laurels, maybe some departments can be challenged a little bit more. I want to see improved management through all state government. I'm telling you right now, 35%, I've always felt 35% of municipal management, whether it be on a federal, state, or local level, is mismanaged. 35% of the budget is mismanagement.
Well,
You know?
let's face it, I mean, I think the state of Massachusetts has forgotten what it's like to have a real governor, because the last two have been, we'll see you later after a couple of years.
Well, I mean, you can't knock my boy Paul Cellucci, although he grew up in the system. Mitt Romney created Staples and still benefits from it, and has a brain trust of organizations. We're going to see the business come in to Massachusetts, but we're going to see them come into Massachusetts that provides essential governmental services. And we're going to take some hits. I work for UMass Amherst. We cannot continue to cut public education. I'm a member of the Mass Teachers Association. Not going to let it happen.
But you say fit is Mitt. I mean, is the state going to be fit?
Yeah.
After he does all the cutting?
After
This guy wants to slash everything.
He's going in like any headhunter or any headhunter from a major corporation when you want to trim down, slim down, and operate. Matter of fact, I think if he starts a program by saying to every state employee that's been around for more than 10 or 15 years, tell us, how can we do it better? And you'll get a bonus for doing it.
Well, my biggest worry, of course, is the education money. Now, you have to look at what cutting education money actually means if you look a couple of years down the road, because it's a domino effect. You cut the after-school programs, you cut the athletic programs, you cut the music programs, you cut the art programs. Pretty soon, kids don't have anything to occupy their time after school. They're not interested in school, therefore they're probably not going to go to school. They're going to drop out, and then later on in life, they're committing crimes or whatever, they're getting into trouble, and they're taxing our penal system.
Teen pregnancy, it costs $30,000 a year to keep a person behind prison. It costs $7,500 a year to educate a kid in the public school system. I vote for educating schools.
And you think he's going to do it all?
I think with our help, he can't do it all by himself, but he's looking for guidance. He'll look at the structural aspects. We provide the guidance and the direction. We are the board of directors of our community. We say what we want to do. We make it happen.
Well, we're going out to break right now. And the phone lines are open. If you have some comments, you want to get involved in the discussion, it's Talk of the Town with Bill Coleman.
I'm going to keep you on your toes.
Good.
Okay.
Good. That's all right.
We'll keep Bill on his toes, but we'd like you to get involved. 791-1310, pound 1310 on Verizon Wireless. Back to the final segment coming up. AM 1310 WORC. Stay tuned.
You know, I'm gonna close with the city. Well, I got a city.
Miss Buck time to kiss him.
No.
Oh, you're kissing his butt?
No. The way you play the politics is, yeah, look, hey, it's kind of
You're
really
saying
dark out.
jumbo, you know that? Nothing that ever's going to change like that.
Hey, Bill, you always throw it out to the break.
Okay.
You throw it out.
All right.
Go first.
But, you know, he's not a white knight.
No, but you got to look at what he's done in business. It's been incredible.
Yeah, but
You know what? The first couple months are going to be painful.
Yeah,
they're going to be painful.
no, it's not a corporation, the state. People like me talking about you.
It is a corporation. But you know,
It's a corporation.
Hey, you know what's going to happen on April 1st? Harriet Chandler was talking about it the other day. A lot of people are being thrown off Medicaid.
Yeah, that was, well, you know, actually in the State of the Union address, Bush is going to be addressing this new plan, which basically is revolved around HMOs and health. And of course, Kennedy's right up front in line, bashing that one.
I know.
But he doesn't
But it benefits us.
He doesn't miss any opportunity.
No, but that's one of the states. We're one of the states that Bush's plan benefits. You know, and Kennedy's like, well, you know, but let's go back and forth. I love Ted Kennedy when they interview him, because you ask him the toughest question in the world, and he'll say, that's important, but the real issue,
Yeah, you know,
he talks about whatever he wants.
And that's a typical, liberal, you know,
I only need the sports page if you got it.
Okay, this segment is going to be about, let's see, we got about 4 minutes.
Okay,
4 minutes.
Can you handle 15 hours?
I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and that's probably when you want to start doing your thing.
All right. Fine.
Okay.
No more
That's
calls.
2 minutes to the bump at the end of the show.
So people are
It's pretty good. Especially with all this stuff you can talk about.
I know.
You can talk about horses with it.
Such a headphone.
Diamond is matching your cash down payment up to
Okay, you going to have to run right out of here, Bill?
No.
Okay, because I want to record a couple of liners.
Okay, fine.
But I got to get the Celtic game started first.
Apply your cash down payment to the vehicle you want, and we'll match it up to $2,000. Even if you've had some credit problems, we'll give you a fresh start. Call 1-800-APPROVED. We'll Offshore Instant Credit if you've been in the same job for 1 year. Get a new Chevy S10 4x4 extended cab pickup, only $219 a month. Or a 2003 Chevy Venture van, just $239 a month. Or an all-wheel drive 8-passenger Chevy Astro van, $319 a month. With any old trade worth $3,000. Remember, once you make a deal, Diamond will pay off your present car or truck, giving you the difference in cash.
I wouldn't forget to go down there this morning.
Get to Diamond Chevrolet, 520 Park Avenue.
Stand by.
Chevrolet will be there.
Stock number GK30031, GK30146, and GK30131. All payments based on 72 months at 5.99% with your good credit. See Western Telegram for finance details.
Lister's home for the Boston Celtics, WORC. Yeah, WORC. Lister's home for the Boston Celtics.
And now more Talk of the Town with new host Bill Coleman on AM 1310 WORC.
Hey, I'm hoping this honeymoon lasts for a while. I'm certainly going to be researching and talking about more issues as they come about. Thanks for joining us, folks, tonight on Talk of the Town. I want to thank again Guy Glotis for taking the money, but I want to thank Guy Glotis for creating this opportunity for me to share some of my ideas about government. Now, in today's State of the City address, the city manager's challenge and promise, I'm going to read it to you. In summary, after he concludes with his activities, he states, 2002 has been challenging for municipal government. While the economy may continue to suffer, I believe that the coming year will be one of promise and opportunity. As we move forward in 2003, we need only remember our local Jesse Burgett All-Stars and the Worcester's bravest and finest team. With memorable performances during the summer of 2002 that we'll never forget. It is those moments against the odds that characterizes the city of Worcester. The pride generated through these competitive events and the national attention they bestowed upon Worcester are signs of things to come. As your city manager, Tom Hoover, states, I am proud to be part of today's Worcester and look forward to a productive and progressive and inclusive future for all of our residents and our stakeholders. Now, I invite you to look at the city manager's State of the City address, read it, and get involved. Now, I think, how much time do we have, Scott? We've got 2 minutes? I want to leave folks with a thought in this 4-degree weather and this really cold site. There's a lot of things going on in Worcester, but I want you to be conscious of one thing in particular. Every single shelter in Worcester is filled to capacity. People are banging on doors of relatives and friends, those who have found themselves homeless, to find a place to stay. Let me just read you a little piece that I wrote some time ago, which I think is relevant till today, and we'll conclude the program out. I believe the United States of America is the greatest country in the world. Opportunity for any person's dream is only limited to the self-imposed borders of one's imagination. I consider myself a patriotic, loyal American, willing to give my life for the principles which keep this country and its citizens free. However, I am deeply moved by the plight of Americans who, through conditions that beset a competitive society, find themselves victims in a country whose housing is only limited to those who are fortunate to be gainfully employed and are able to afford the comfort of a home environment. Homelessness in America is a national crisis. I believe we must inform our elected and appointed political leaders with our concerns regarding this new cancer that continues to erode at the very core of our American fabric. Whatever conclusions arrived at to eliminate homelessness in America must be challenged by a time commitment from our government, business, and community leaders. The homelessness of our children and their families provokes the moral conscience of America's caring humanity. I encourage everyone to write their elected appointed government officials expressing their concerns and outrage at this intolerable condition confronting our American way of life. This once again will conclude our program, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Scott?
Hey, great program, great program. We enjoyed it, and we're looking forward to having you on every Friday as well at 6 o'clock. Talk of the Town. Bill Coleman. Thanks, Bill.
Take care. Thanks, Scott.
Okay, thanks all of you for listening. Stay tuned. Celtic basketball up next on AM 1310.
Can we do the Celtics play-by-play?
Sure.
Tons of final thoughts every single week to do something.
Thank God I don't own a radio station.
Right?
It'd be non-stop action, believe me. Until I got it right.
All right.
Stay tuned for Boston Celtics basketball.
Is there liabilities involved from bashing people?
Sure. Can't say things that aren't true.
Well, not true, I wouldn't say they're not true.
Oh, you mean what?
Just make statements sort of thing, you know? You can say they're not doing a good job, that ain't bashing them.
That's true.
Let's,
I will, there's...
You want me to come down on it? My time production, my movie there.
Sure. Then we'll,
I think my 10 minutes of my first scene.
Okay, we're gonna get the Celtics set up here, and, Don and Mike roll.
Anybody need a cup of water?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, I got a soundbite from the beginning of the show Mike can use to make a promo.
Okay.
All I want you to do is record a couple of liners that we'll use to lay into some other songs. And, we'll just go back to the website and do that real quick. I was going to ask her if she had a website, but I didn't want to say, ask her and then her not have
email
it.
address.
Yeah.
Okay.
The mic, my earphone.
Yeah, so I'll...
Did you get the tape of this show? Did you get the tape of this show?
I didn't make a tape of this. Why don't you pick up some 120-minute tapes? Because that way you get two shows on one tape.
How you gonna get sound?
Huh?
How you gonna get sound?
Look at the sound of that they can hear. We're only doing a half hour, so we have enough to talk. We got a half hour talk where we're talking, the people... It's okay, it takes place when we were talking. We had the earphones on, but it still picked us up. Talking. Yeah. Yeah, and that picks us up talking. That's a lot clearer. You know?
Hearing it, you close up.
So I'll show you how to adjust.
There's no adjustment. Tell you, I look everywhere.
When we taped the other show the other day, like it was output into the earphone monitor, and then that's the air signal.
Yeah, I'll get you, it's two male connectors. And I'll pop one in
I was
here.
thinking the camera probably would have been nice there, down here on all three of us. Shine on here, but
Just a nice right?
we well figured it.
That's a nice good camera.
Fine, John Foreman drills using one throw in itself.
Was he listening?
No. I didn't get the
Want to participate in the
Okay.
Hey, you know, there's a great song by Hal Roman and the Bulldogs, Wake Up Everybody. And it talks about teachers eating beach and so on. I have the album, but I'll put it on a cassette.
We don't have to, I can download
Okay,
it.
all right.
Okay, Wake Up
Wake Up
Everybody.
Everybody, Hal Roman and the Bulldogs.
And what was it, which ones you want to
Let me see, this one here, we'll do a second emotion, Smokey Robinson, and Running on Empty. And then we have one, Running on Empty, and what's that song?
Detachable penis.
No, what's the song that Jackson Brown sings? What? The concert? The road.
I don't know, I lost touch of rock and roll.
All right.
Since the 70s.
That's it, I am so.
I'm into the blues. You know metal blues? How about Robert Cray? How about Robert Cray?
Yeah. Well,
available, but will not start. Vin Baker will stay in the starting lineup. Tony Jones is available for the sale to Dr. Baker. And he's off the Denver Nuggets have problems coming in here at 10 and 31. Juwan Howard and Marcus Gamby. For Denver tonight.
Unless it's a sports page. That's all I want.
it's great. Great stuff.
All right. Believe me.
No, this is about state seals, state birds, state dogs, state rocks.
What is the state? What is the,
state cookie?
What's the state mascot for an animal?
Cockroach.
State house.
Becoming sort of cities that
Mitt is fit. All these businesses here want to hire them people for $7 an hour. They're going to have to pay Americans. You know?
That doesn't...
I agree with no, we don't need them.
That just means it's cheaper for some.
Right. We don't need them.
But, you know, the borders from Mexico were like the borders of Canada. You know? But the thing is, what we should do is...
We don't see people from Canada running in here.
and I wish it didn't send California.
I wish the Mexicans would take a shortcut, go through America and go into Canada. Let's open up
I mean, I lived in California for 30 years.
Let's put a road right up the middle of the United States. Say, this is the road to Canada. No stopping in America. But anyways,
my son was down there for vacation, and he was
get back to NAFTA.
What a open.
The Republicans voted that, passed that for Clinton, so he cut his own throat. The same thing this House did for Mitt Romney. They wanted to cut his throat. People are going to be so angry. They're going to be losing their houses. They're going to be on the steps of the State House. They're going to want to kill this guy. They shouldn't have never gave him that kind of power. Especially for a first-time president.
How long did they give him that power? For 6 months? They gave 6 months to
This guy could cut a horse in half in 2 seconds. They call it Mitt and Spit. Mitt is Spit.
No, Spit as
Spit is Mitt.
We will be.
Yeah, call him the Splasher. That's what I want to call him.
Okay.
I think Joe was in good behavior for that.
Oh, I'm going to disconnect my thing here. All right.
No, keep going. Well,
No,
listen,
we're all done.
Carry this in and show, just kind of like, you know.
All right, what?
This one is going to be, join me, Bill Coleman, for Talk of the Town, Fridays at 6 on AM 1310 WORC. Okay? So go ahead and just warm up with that while I take a level on you.
All right, join me, Bill Coleman, for the host of
Join me, Bill Coleman,
Join me, Bill Coleman,
for Talk of the
for
Town.
Talk of the Town.
For Talk of the Town.
For Talk of the Town.
Weeknights at 6.
Weeknights.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Friday at 6
Right.
on AM 1310 WORC.
Join me, Bill Coleman, for Talk of the Town. Weeknights,
Okay, just do the last part. Fridays.
Fridays at 6, here on 1310 WORC.
Okay, here on AM 1310 WORC.
Here on AM 1310 WORC.
Okay, that's good. Now, let's see what the second one will be. Okay. This is Bill Coleman. Join me Fridays at 6 for Talk of the Town.
This is Bill Coleman. Join me Fridays at 6 for Talk of the Town.
Do it again. Give it a lot of...
Animation. Here we go. Hi, this is Bill Coleman. Join me Fridays at 6 for Talk of the Town.
One more time.
Hi, this is Bill Coleman. Join me Fridays at 6 for Talk of the Town.
One more time.
Hi, this is Bill Coleman. Join me Fridays at 6 for Talk of the Town.
Good. Okay.
Now you know what it's like to do bloopers in Hollywood. Scene 1, take 2.
Digital, man. I used to cut cards and cut my fingers with a razor blade and tape.
Did you ever do radio, Bill, in your younger days?
Yeah. When you said W, you had to say double U.
If I remember, you went to Holy Cross?
Right.
No?
Here on 13. Join me, Bill Coleman. We Talk of the Town. Weeknight, Friday, Fridays at 6. Here on 1310. Here on AM 1310.
Yeah, this is all done.
Actually, you can make it sound really good by taking all the zooms out and breaths and all that kind of stuff out of there.
Wow. It's amazing to see it all.
Alright, so this is the one. This will be the one that will run out of breaks.
Join me, Bill Coleman. We Talk of the Town. Fridays at 6. Here on AM 1310 WORC. Join me.
This a little louder because that's the name of the show. I don't want that to get lost.
Join me, Bill Coleman, for Talk of the Town. Fridays at 6. Here on AM 1310 WORC.
Here, come here. Why don't you get this on camera? Get the voice thing. Okay. Get the voice.
Join me, Bill Coleman, for Talk of the Town. Fridays at 6. Here on AM 1310 WORC. Join me, Bill.
Do you want me to see how he does it, Bill?
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants me to film his operation.
Get the screen, get the screen.
Join me, Bill Cole, for Talk of the Town. Fridays at 6, here on AM 1310. Fridays at 6, here on AM 1310, WORC.
This is the beauty of the digital. You don't have to save a mess.
This is Bill Coleman. Hi, this is Bill. Hi. Hi, this is Bill Coleman. Hi, this is Bill. Hi, this is Bill Coleman. Join me Fridays at 6 for Talk of the Town.
And you can, this is the really good thing about this is if I want to get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. See this right here? That's like less than 5/1000ths of a second, you know. It's really good, nice editing.
Hi, this is Bill Coleman. Join me Fridays at 6 for Talk of the Town.
Good. Okay, we're all set.
Good. All right.
Okay, so we'll have those.